Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're taking something that honestly most of us view as a total nuisance, the constant, annoying buzz of bank notifications, and we are flipping it into a literal financial superpower for your household. I am so pumped to share this with you today. But first, let me ask you, is your phone just constantly buzzing with so many useless notifications that you kind of just want to ignore them all? We've all been there, right? Between social media, breaking news, and random apps begging for our attention, it's incredibly tempting to just hit Do Not Disturb and walk away. And you are definitely not alone in this. Get this, according to the Reuters Institute, 43% of users actually turn off their alerts entirely because of this exact feeling. They're just completely overwhelmed by notification fatigue. But here's why shutting everything off is incredibly dangerous, especially when it comes to your banking. In 2021 alone, Javelin Strategy and Research reported a staggering $56 billion, that's billion with a B, was lost to identity theft. Ignoring your bank alerts leaves your front door wide open to these threats. We really need to be smart about what we ignore and what we pay attention to. So here's our roadmap of superpowers we're going to unlock today. The financial superpower, your anti-fraud shield, tracking family spending, catching forgotten subscriptions, spotting fake alert scams, and finally, setting up your alerts. Let's kick things off with Section 1, the financial superpower and why alerts actually matter. We're moving away from notification overload and aiming for strategic awareness. Mark Hamrick over at Bankrate really hit the nail on the head here. He says account alerts are one of the simplest, most powerful tools consumers can use to stay ahead of fraud. Real-time notifications give you a chance to act fast. See, curated alerts aren't noise. They're a critical advantage that lets you step in before a tiny $20 problem snowballs into an expensive account-draining nightmare. All right, moving to Section 2, your anti-fraud shield, blocking threats in real time. By intentionally turning on specific alerts, you're basically building an immediate real-time defense system. Think of these as your personal tripwires. You want an alert for unusual activity, like a massive transfer out of your savings. You definitely want alerts for foreign transactions, huge red flags if you're just sitting at home on your couch. And please don't forget profile changes. Hackers love to change your email or password right before they steal your money so you don't even see it happening. Setting an alert for profile updates stops them dead in their tracks. I absolutely love this real-world example from a Reddit user. It's funny, but it is so true. They had an alert set up for card not present charges. Well, while they were out bar hopping with friends, they got a ping that someone halfway across the country was buying $100 worth of Potbelly's sandwiches on their card. Because of that instant alert, they called the bank, canceled the card, and got it refunded in 20 minutes, all without ever leaving their night out. I mean, that is the power of the shield. On to Section 3, tracking family spending. This is your household radar. When you map out your goals, you can see exactly how these alerts protect your family's budget. Want to avoid overdrafts? Simple. A low balance alert acts as a warning beacon, so you can dodge those overdraft fees, which, by the way, currently average almost $27 per transaction. On the flip side, a high balance alert tells you exactly when to sweep that extra cash into your savings to grow your wealth. And if the family's traveling, keep that foreign transaction alert on so you can monitor currency conversion fees and keep your vacation budget totally in check. Now, here's a kind of fun, totally practical side effect of these alerts for joint accounts. When you share a card with your spouse or kids, spending alerts become a logistical radar. Waiting for your spouse to finish running errands? That notification from the grocery store means they're checking out. Teenager out with friends? A ping from the local diner tells you they've finished eating and they're probably heading home. It's financial tracking, sure, but it's also brilliant family coordination. Section 4, catching forgotten subscriptions, becoming the auditor. Finance blogger Randy Parker highly recommends this fascinating tactic he calls the $0 threshold strategy. Instead of only getting pinged for big, scary purchases, you set your transaction alert threshold to $0. Yep, zero. And you opt to receive these specific alerts via email. So why on earth would you want an email for every charge? Because you see every single subscription hit your inbox in real time. When that $12 charge from a streaming service you haven't watched in 6 months pops up, you're prompted right then and there to say, wait, do I still use this? And cancel it. Plus, it creates this beautifully searchable email database for your receipts. Pair this with an upcoming payment alert, and you will literally never miss a due date or pay a late fee again. You become the ultimate auditor. Section 5, spotting fake alert scams. This is the kryptonite.
Because every superhero has a weakness, right? Fraudsters use tactics known as phishing for emails, smishing for SMS texts, and vishing for voice calls. Their whole game plan is to impersonate your bank's alerts. They want to trick you into panicking and handing over your personal data by perfectly mimicking the look and feel of the very alerts we just set up.
The absolute most crucial thing is knowing the difference. Legitimate alerts just inform you of a fact, like a purchase amount, and they will never ever ask for your personal info. Fake alerts completely rely on creating false urgency. They're going to scream things like, your account will be closed in 24 hours if you don't click here, or they'll blatantly ask you for your PIN or your social security number. Guys, your real bank will never do that. If you ever get a suspicious text or an email that just makes your stomach drop, take a breath. Never reply directly to the message, and absolutely do not click any links. Instead, pull your physical debit card out of your wallet and dial the official customer service number printed right on the back. Ask them directly. And if it turns out to be a scam, you can report it straight to reportfraud.ftc.gov. Finally, Section 6, Setting Up Your Alerts. Let's unlock those powers.
The setup is incredibly straightforward, though it might look slightly different depending on your bank. Step 1. Log into your mobile banking app. Step 2, hit that settings gear and look for the alerts or notifications menu. Step 3 is the big one. Select the alerts we just talked about and customize your dollar thresholds. Remember, set that low balance alert to a number that actually gives you time to react, and set your high balance alert so you remember to move that cash into savings. Step 4, pick your delivery method. Push notification, text or email depending on your strategy. And Step 5, save it. Boom, you've just activated your shield.
So, wrapping up this explainer, I want to leave you with a question. Which of these financial superpowers are you going to activate first? Are you going to build your anti-fraud shield with a $0 threshold? Will you turn on the radar to track your family's joint spending? Or maybe just set up low balance alerts so you never pay another ridiculous overdraft fee. The control is literally right there at your fingertips. Take 5 minutes today, log into your banking app, and take your financial power back. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you on the next one.